Mr. Satyam. Ladies and gentlemen, Namaste, Jai Johar, very good afternoon to all of you. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर किरदार से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे। क्या पूछे? खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे, बता तेरी रजा क्या है। This was Sir Mohammad Iqbal, the one who wrote the famous सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदोस्तां हमारा, बुलबुले हैं इसके ये गुलसिता हमारा। But how can one keep his personality to such a pedestal that the gods themselves ask the question, what destiny you wish? Today, you are turning over a new leaf from the student life to the adult life. You have been told by the Vice Chancellor, by your teachers, by your parents, studies, academics, grades are important. But believe me, they are secondary in life. The primary thing in life is your attitude to life. It is rightly said, attitude, not the aptitude, determines the altitude. Let me illustrate my point with a real American story. It happened 60 years ago. There was a college student, maybe younger than you. Unfortunately, she became an unwed mother. She gave birth to a boy. She put him up for adoption. But only condition was adoptive parents should be graduate. Initially, a lawyer couple came. At the last moment they thought they wanted to adopt a girl. And the boy was ultimately adopted. But when mother came to know that the adoptive parents are not graduate, she refused to sign the papers. She ultimately relented. When the adoptive parents warned her, the boy would be sent to the college. The adoptive parents were not very rich. They put up their life saving and sent the boy to Reeds College. Reeds College is not one of those Ivy colleges, the high class ones. Well, but it is as expensive as any one of them. The boy went there, studied there for 6 months, and he thought he was wasting his parents' money. He dropped out. He didn't have any money. He started collecting empty Coca-Cola bottles, returning them to the staff, and in turn got 5 cents. This was also not sufficient. And then there was a nearby Ramakrishna temple. He went there. Prasad was his free lunch. There he learned broken Hindi, and in 60s he came to this country, this great country. That's what we call. But you know, the country, our country is at present, soon he got disillusioned. The corruption, the poverty here, and he realized that Thomas Alva Edison has something done more to the world than Karl Marx and all the Swamis and Babas put together. He went back to US and he established his company. The company started making rounds, covering the top 10 companies in the world, and then imagine this guy got kicked out. He established 2 other companies, and when they were doing very well, his first company was started doing badly. The first company management requested him to come over and take over as CEO. He came back, and when the company became one of the best companies in the world, the doctors told him, look, you've got a cancer of pancreas. You have 6 months to live. He didn't lose confidence. He went towards the best surgeons, got himself operated, and lived for another 7 years. He died in October 2011. And when he died, his company, Apple Computers, was a top company in the US. Its products, iPods, iPads, iPhone. Our chief minister uses that. The last time I met him, he was showing me his iPhone, and he keeps all the real-time data into it. They are the world class. And companies vie to copy them. With so many adversities, how could he achieve so much? He explained it in a commencement speech in a function similar to what you are having today in 2005 in the Stanford University. And this is what he said: find your love, find your passion. And he don't listen to the others, listen to your heart. It's your heart knows what is best for you, not the others. And then he says, he tells you a story. He says, when I got dropped out, he didn't have to take a regular course. And at that time, the Leeds University had the finest handwritten posters. And then it also offered you a finest calligraphy course in the world. He took that. You know this. And there he learned about the serifs and the sans serif fonts, the distance between them. There's no use to him. But after 10 years, he was going to establish his company, Apple Computers. It all came back to him. And the Apple Computers were the first computer to give those beautiful fonts to the world. And the Windows, you know, a copycat. They were merely copied from Apple Computers. And there, what you see, all those fonts. Crux of the story is, find your passion. Make your hobby your profession. And let me add something from my own experience. I wanted to do science. I went to IIT Kanpur, came back to do my law. Well, it was not a job that I wanted to do, but I really started loving it. So if you cannot find your passion, if you cannot convert your hobby into a profession, then please love your job. Start enjoying it. I saw many young ladies, the bright ones, receive the medals and all that. Let me tell you one real story of an Indian girl. It happened 40 years ago. She went to the engineering college. That's the time that engineering college did not have ladies' restroom. Imagine how she must have managed for 5 years. She got a degree and then she started looking for a job. She saw a job, advertisement of a very reputed firm, but in a fine print it was mentioned, only male engineers need apply. She looked at it, oh, how ridiculous. Women engineer cannot apply? She wrote a letter of protest. When the company got her letter, you know, the company was not only employing the male engineers because you have to stand in front of furnaces. And they thought the fairer sex, the weaker sex, how can they stand in front of furnaces? That's the reason. But when they got her letter, they thought, all right, this girl has tenacity to object. Let her explain. They called her in. And when they told her the reason, she said, oh, look, we stand in front of a burner 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year we cook food. And you say we can't stand in front of furnaces? And she gave an additional reason. And the reason was, a male employee will leave your company as soon as he gets a better job. But a female employee will always be more loyal to you. Company realized they were wrong. They were mistaken. They accepted their mistake. They took her in. And in the company, This girl met her future husband. She married him. True to her promise, she continued in that company, she and her husband, till they found a new job. They thought they will start a new company. They didn't have any money, but the girl had jewelry, and she pawned her jewelry, raised money, and they established a company which put India's mark in the world map, global map. It's the first Indian company which proved that we Indians can also do something. And the name of the company is Infosys. And the name of the girl, Sudha Murthy. Her husband, Narayan Murthy. Moral of the story is, have confidence. If you think your superiors are wrong, say they are wrong. Protest. Don't take it weakly. And the role of the company cannot be ignored. This was the finest company in India. Telco was its name. Tata Motors now. They realized they were wrong and they immediately accepted it and corrected it. Moral of the story is, be confident, express your views. But if you are wrong, then accept it, accept your mistake and correct it. Let me sum up the two attitudes from these two stories. Find your passion, make your hobby your profession. If you can't do that, then start enjoying your job. Second, be confident, express your views, but if you are wrong, there's nothing wrong accepting it, that I was wrong, please correct me. With these words, I wish the future Saprus, Sitalwats, Palkiwalas, judges, chief justices, and perhaps a Chief Justice of India as well, a very, very bright future. I have no reason to doubt that you will go on to make your parents, this great university, and me as a chancellor, as well as your country proud. And you will convert this country into something that no one who ever comes to India would ever be disappointed and goes back. And we will again be able to say, जहां डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती थी बरसाया, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जय भारती, जय हिंद।